The story kicks off in a forest so thick you can smell the danger. A venom tarantula is about to make a rabbit its lunch, but bam, the legendary wolf god, Fel, just taps his paw. A massive wave of lightning erupts from the ground, turning that spider and its entire squad into fried snacks in a split second. But Fel didn't do this for fun. He's got a weird craving. He wants Mukoda to cook up some spider meat. Mukoda is disgusted, but Fel insists that once you peel off the creepy shell, it's basically premium steak. While they argue, Sui the slime pops out of the bag, itching for a fight. She's tired of being the cute pet and wants to wreck some monsters. Mukoda promises her some action later, which makes Fel a little salty. He thinks Mukoda Mima pampers the slime way too much. But there's no time for drama because Fel's stomach is growling. He orders his personal chef Mukoda to get cooking immediately, using the classic excuse that he's exhausted from carrying them. Mukoda decides to go all out and make gyoza. He hits up his online grocery store, ignores Fel's demands for expensive Wagyu beef, and grabs the essentials: gyoza wraps, sesame oil, and chicken stock. The cooking montage begins. Mukoda chops cabbage and chives with surgical precision, mixes the ground meat with garlic and ginger, and splashes in some soy sauce and sake. Sui tries to help, and after one messy fail, she becomes a gyoza wrapping pro. Mukoda fries them until they've got that perfect golden crunch, adds a splash of water for the steam, and boom, the ultimate gyoza plate is ready. Fel and Sui are losing their minds over the taste, but just as Mukoda is about to take his first bite, a tiny blur crashes into his face. It's a pixie dragon. Don't let the size fool you. This thing is 100 years old and can level a forest if it's grumpy. But right now, it's only hungry for Mukoda's food. Mukoda gives it a gyoza, and the dragon's eyes literally sparkle. It's so obsessed that it forces a familiar contract on Mukoda right then and there. Why? Just to ensure a lifetime supply of 5-star meals. Mukoda names him Dora-chan, and even though the dragon hates the cute name, the system locks it in. Now, with a legendary wolf, a deadly slime, and a gluttonous dragon, Mukoda's squad is officially the most overpowered picnic group in history. They head to Carol City to register their new member, but the look on the guild's face when they see a pixie dragon is something you won't believe. The mystery is finally solved. It turns out the terrifying threat Rodolfo was worried about was actually the squad of venom tarantulas that Fel had already turned into fried snacks. When Mukoda shows the dead spiders to Rodolfo, the guild master's jaw drops. These aren't just monsters. Their silk is worth a fortune to clothing companies. Mukoda feels a bit guilty for accidentally wiping out a gold mine, but Rodolfo just laughs it off. The forest is safe, and Mukoda is about to get filthy rich by selling the shells and webs. But then, Rodolfo drops a bombshell. If you boil this spider meat in salt water, it tastes like heaven. Mukoda is skeptical. It's a giant purple spider, after all. But Fel, Sui, and Dora start a riot until he agrees to cook it. Mukoda strikes a deal. Rodolfo processes the meat, and in exchange, he gets the valuable shells. While the butcher gets to work, Mukoda goes on a massive shopping spree. He's been wearing the same stinky shirt for ages, so he buys enough clothes to fill a warehouse, half of which he'll probably never even wear. When he returns to the guild, the transformation is insane. The boiled spider meat looks exactly like premium crab meat. Mukoda takes a shaky bite, and wow, it's a flavor explosion. Now fully hyped, he throws a massive welcome party for Dora-chan. We're talking a 5-star menu: crab salad, crab fried rice, spring rolls, and crab omelets. But the real MVP is the grilled crab. At first, the purple legs look terrifying, but as they boil, they turn a bright, delicious red. Just as Mukoda is about to take the first juicy bite of his grilled masterpiece, Fel interrupts. Hey, you're not eating that all by yourself, are you? Sui and Dora join the protest, and poor Mukoda has to surrender his food to his gluttonous familiars. While munching away, Dora-chan reveals a secret. He's been stalking Mukoda since he saw him cooking in Carolna City. He actually beat them to the forest, but being a powerful pixie dragon, he accidentally scared the living daylights out of every monster there. Fel finally realizes why the forest was acting so weird. Everyone was terrified of the tiny dragon. Fel feels a tiny bit bad for bullying the spiders, but hey, at least the meat is tasty. After a relaxing bath with Sui and a good night's sleep, completely forgetting to give the 4 goddesses their weekly offerings, oops, Mukoda heads back to the guild. He gives Rodolfo some spider meat as a gift, and then pulls out the ultimate flex, a dead earth dragon. Rodolfo nearly faints. You could buy an entire kingdom with this, he screams. He points Mukoda toward the only man who can process such a beast, Elend, the guild master of the dungeon city, Dolan. The squad wastes no time and heads straight for Dolan. Fel and Sui are itching for a bloody dungeon crawl, but Mukoda, our lovable coward, just wants to stay safe and keep cooking. Dora-chan reminds them that the priority is the Earth Dragon, but Fel's mind is already drifting back to his stomach. He's imagining what Earth Dragon steak tastes like, and honestly, we are too. The squad finally reaches the massive gates of the dungeon city. Dolan, there's a line longer than a dragon's tail, and Fel, being the impatient god wolf he suggests just jumping over the wall. Mukoda has to shut that down fast. Do you want us to end up in jail on day one? As they wait, the entire line starts shaking in their boots. Why? Because there's a legendary Fenrir standing right behind them. The guards rush over, thinking some high-ranking royalty has arrived. Mukoda, sweating bullets, flashes his guild card. But before things get messy, a golden-haired elf appears. Meet Elend, the guild master of Dolan. He's heard the rumors from Rodolfo and is here to give Mukoda the VIP treatment. But the moment Elend spots Dora-chan on Mukoda's shoulder, he completely loses his mind. He whisks them away to his private office and tries to treat Dora-chan like a sacred deity. He sets up a special mana-infused wooden perch, but Dora-chan just plops down on the floor like a regular lizard. Elend is stunned, frantically scribbling notes in his diary like a mad scientist. He tries to feed Dora-chan flower nectar, but the dragon just turns his nose up at it. Elend is having an existential crisis. Every textbook he's ever read about pixie dragons is being proven wrong in real time. Just as they're about to head to the warehouse to see the Earth Dragon, a bald guy, the sub-guild master, shows up to drag Elend to a boring merchant meeting. Elend tries to cancel it, but the bald guy isn't having it. Finally, they reach the warehouse, and Mukoda pulls the Earth Dragon out of his item box. Boom. The sight of that dinosaur-sized beast nearly makes Elend's soul leave his body. He's so excited he starts asking Mukoda a million questions, but the bald guy drags him away again, apologizing for his boss's weirdness. Since the dragon processing will take a whole day, Mukoda decides to do what he does best: cook. He hops onto his online grocery store and prepares a legendary dish, otherworldly lamb and mutton Genghis Khan. Fel usually hates veggies, but one bite of this meat and veggie combo and his eyes widen. It's a flavor masterpiece. Sui and Dora-chan inhale their portions in seconds. Mukoda spends the next hour just flipping meat and serving desserts until everyone is in a food coma. The next morning, Mukoda heads back to the guild, hoping the dragon is ready. But out comes Elend, looking like he hasn't slept in a week, but grinning like a maniac. He spent the entire night just measuring and analyzing the dragon. Mukoda realizes the bad news. The processing isn't done. Why? Because the Earth Dragon's skin is so insanely tough that even the guild's strongest mithril knife snapped in half like a toothpick the moment Elend tried to cut it. The situation at the guild is a total disaster. The strongest mithril knife snapped like a toothpick, and without a blade to cut the Earth Dragon, the dream of a dragon steak dinner is fading fast. Fel is so heartbroken he's practically fainting, begging Mukoda to find a way. The only solution: diving into a dangerous dungeon to find rare mithril ore. The familiars are hyped for a fight, but Mukoda, the voice of reason, insists they wait until everyone is ready. To keep spirits up, he cooks a comforting meal of orc pork kimchi with rice, and for a moment, all is well. But up in the heavens, the gods are furious. Mukoda missed their weekly offerings, and the divine basement is echoing with their complaints. Suddenly, two new heavy hitters show up: Vahan, the god of war, and Hephaestus, the god of blacksmithing. Mukoda immediately drops to his knees, begging for forgiveness. Seeing an opportunity, Hephaestus offers a trade. He'll bless Mukoda with the power to create a legendary blade if Mukoda sends him some otherworldly booze. The deal is struck. Hephaestus blesses Sui with god-level blacksmithing skills, and Vahan gives Fel and Dora-chan a massive 50% power boost for their upcoming dungeon crawl. Mukoda sends the booze, checks Sui's stat, and boom, the little slime is now a master smith. Using some old mithril scales they had lying around, Sui crafts a new knife so sharp it makes the previous one look like a butter knife. No dungeon trip needed. Mukoda rushes back to the guild to tell Elend. The poor elf has been having a mental breakdown, desperately searching for a blade that doesn't exist. When he tries Mukoda's new Sui-made knife, it slides through the Earth Dragon's skin like it's warm butter. Elend is losing his mind. Where did you get this precious god-tier item, he screams. Mukoda just stays quiet. Better not mention he's texting the gods for favors. Ellen gets to work. But even with the divine blade, processing a whole dragon will take 3 days. Fel and Dora-chan are bored out of their minds and start demanding a dungeon run to test their new power boosts. Even the cute Sui joins in. I want to pew-pew in the dungeon. Mukoda finally caves. He checks with the receptionist and gets a reality check. A full dungeon run can take anywhere from 3 days to a month. There are 30 floors of pure nightmare fuel down there. Mukoda realizes he's totally unprepared, no gear, no plan, and most importantly, not enough food. He cancels the dungeon trip for today, much to the familiar's disappointment, and drags them to the market. While buying carrots and onions, Mukoda realizes something shocking. Monster meat in the city is crazy expensive. He finally understands that he's been eating like a king while 99% of people in this world struggle. He decides that from now on, his familiars will hunt their own meat, which they love doing anyway.